Good morning, happy Friday, welcome to the show, everybody. Here we are on a glorious Friday, kicking off a weekend in the wonderful world of sim racing. How are you all doing? I'm doing pretty well. Had a good week, so many things going on in the studio, behind the scenes. It's been a really busy week. I've been kind of feeling like I'm behind, actually, all week long, just trying to play the catch-up game with so much going on. You guys know that me and Amir are having our rig build-off, and mine and my brain has taken a new concept of what I'm calling the forever rig. And this might not be something that you guys can even relate to, but, you know, here in the studio, I have my main rig sitting right here that I'm sitting in right now, triple screens, motion, platform, all the works, right? And then over there, I usually have a second rig that I use for other things. And right now, my idea is I want this rig to be built to perfection for me, which will really almost make it or render it useless for reviewing. So if I was going to review a new set of pedals, this is already in a difficult spot for me to film the pedals as well as I'd like to, as far as getting camera angles and lighting on them. And it's only going to get worse with the forever rig. And so what I really need to do is focus over there on the mule, as I like to call it, and get that really dialed in. So I'm going to have to do a whole studio transformation. As much as I've done as much work getting things laid out as the way they are, I'm going to have to flip things around and change it up to account for what we're moving forward to. So, good stuff. I mean, I love doing that. It's just time and energy extensive. But I think that's what I'm going to be doing as soon as this show ends. I think I might literally just get some B-roll of this that I need, some last-minute stuff, and then tear it down, rebuild this section, knowing what's going in its place, take this R seat I think is going to be a good mule, and get it over there. And then I have too many rigs. I'm going to have to get rid of a rig at this point for sure. Amir has been working behind the scenes diligently, and honestly, we're kind of hoping on having a live announcement that we're waiting on minutes, hours, who knows if it'll happen during the show. But Amir's been working on a lot of stuff behind the scenes this week as well, and I think you guys are going to see the benefit of all the hard work that's been going on. All right, speaking of going on, what's going on in sim racing or at the sim pit? Let's start things off with the sim pit. My latest review, actually we had two reviews come out. I mean, we had Amir's button box review come out a week ago. I think that came out as we were doing the show or right about then. In addition to that, yesterday came out our Next Level Racing GT Racer review. Now, most people who watch this show are pretty seasoned sim racers, but not everybody. If you're new to sim racing and you are still at a desktop, you know, upgrading your equipment component by component can be very, very expensive. But we need a rig, and we need a rig quick, really, if you want to get to serious sim racing. I mean, I've defended and will continue to defend a desktop setup forever because we've all been there, done that. But at the same time, I would say that the first thing you really need to do is get out of that desk so you can properly articulate your pedals. So anyway, the GT Racer is a $400 chassis. It is not beautiful. It is not made of super heavy duty steel, and it is steel, but it's just 1-inch tubing. But what it does do is give you a seat. You get a real seat, a reclining seat. You get a shifter mount that goes on the left or right-hand side, a butt kicker mount, all included in that $400 price. So, probably the best starter rig that I've seen in a while. $400, everything you need. I ran a 12 Newton meter wheel on it. It was fine. My only real gripe is, and you can see it there in this thumbnail that I'm playing here looping, is that angle. That 20-degree fixed angle on the pedals pretty much makes pro pedals difficult to use. Now, I'm going to try to do a mod and see if I can get a good set of pedals on there just to see what I can do to make that work. Because I'm such a fan of that chassis, I'd like to be able to extend my seal of approval to all it would take is flattening out the pedal deck And I'd say it'll take you all the way from beginner to pro. It really would. I mean, sure, you'd want to upgrade. There are nicer rigs in the world, granted. But it's a solid rig for $400. All right. That's all that's really going on. And that's not a lot. We have the Button Box review. We have the Next Level Racing review. We had our Hot Lap Pump Day on Wednesday. Really fun event. We were running the GR86 at Olton Park. Really, really fun event for anybody attended. Hey, Phil. Kill Phil. How you doing, buddy? What's in a mirror? It sounds painful. Aw, that's not nice. Be nice. Everybody be nice. I am starting to get a little intolerant of people not being nice to other people. This is my new intolerance that is growing rapidly, and my fuse for people not being generous, courteous, and decent is getting smaller by the day. So just a forewarning if you're in our community and crowd. And not saying anybody did anything, by the way. I am just saying I am getting really tired of people not understanding the boundaries of being nice. And, you know, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever, you know, you go do whatever you want to go do wherever you are. But if you're in my community, if you're in my world, you know, whether it be the pit stop or comments on the show or in our Discord or in our racing, I'm starting to get pretty cutthroat about and intolerant to people not being nice and decent. Nothing happened at all, Dan. No, it just I accused PS4 of making fun of Amir. And so I'm using that as a really terrible example. Nothing happened at all. We have a short show. I'm filling time. That's what's up. No, I just seen some things going on recently in various different places. And it's just, hey, it's Jason, I'm not saying that. No. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. When I go to iRacing, I cannot control. It is me going into the public forum. And when I'm in my world, I don't feel that the same rules necessarily apply. I go play iRacing. I go on to Twitter. I go on to Facebook. I have walked into the Wild West, and my complaint is that there are so many indecent and not nice people in all of those places that, hey, you know what? I'm getting to the point where I feel like I have to control my safe spot. And I'm not trying to be a Karen here. You know, people are entitled to opinions. I am saying be nice to one another. Be courteous to one another. Be decent to one another. I almost want to finish my shows with some new send-off instead of I'll see you on the track. It's like, be good to each other. Everyone love everyone. God damn it. Is that too much to ask? Is that too much to ask? All right. So we've talked about this, a little bit of a beating of the dead horse. Maybe it's time to bury the horse. A little bit of talking about it till I'm blue in the face. Maybe it's time to bury that guy. I don't know. IndyCar terminates, so it's official. It's happened from the other end. IndyCar has officially terminated their agreement with Motorsport Games. So we knew this already happened. The filing on November 8th is when it began, but it is now official. The one thing that I was a little curious about is terminating its two licensing agreements, IndyCar, and how is that more than one license? Was there a road to Indy? Oh. Okay, so Motorsport Games has now sold the NASCAR license iRacing while losing its agreements with BTCC and IndyCar. The company remains in debt without the funds to continue on for the next few months, a sign that things may continue to get worse for the studio. Ouch. 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 Love each other for F's sakes. Exactly, Jason. Now, I did not see this coming. And is this a sign of what's going on with the gaming industry? Is the gaming industry starting to take a hit from the app game world? I don't know. 505 Games, their parent company, 505 Games, if you're not hip to it, is Assetto Corsa and its assets. Their parent company, Digital Bros, is laying off 30% of their global workforce, which does include part of the staff from 505 Games, Assetto Corsa. So, they have games on the horizon. Assetto Corsa 2 is in the works. What is the future of Competizione? So who knows what's going to, we've seen how layoffs have affected Studio 397. Like, it's a lot harder to make things with fewer people. So if you're having trouble and you need to make something in order to generate revenue, having fewer people takes you even further away from that prize. So I don't know. I mean, I think this is something that might just be going on. I think that, I look at and I'm not trying to turn this political. Don't let this go. I look at the unemployment numbers, and I know with a few things that had been going on in the world, there was a real hiring boom. And people were high on the hog because inflation, interest rates were low, economy was booming, interest rates are low, and I think companies just had so much money that they were just buying up any and all talent that they could, to the point that they were all overstaffed. And now there might be a little bit of a pushback against that. So we'll see. I don't know if this is an indication of anything other than companies starting to tighten up their belts a little bit. But it doesn't help. It doesn't help me feel good about the next game being better or sooner or more finished or refined. I unfortunately, it doesn't give me confidence in any of those directions. Dan thinks years of releasing unfinished games, all gaming companies. Yes, Dan, I think that is a very relevant point. I think that the gaming industry has been taking advantage of the gaming community for quite some time with this pre-sale, get the dark horse, what was the horse in Red Dead Redemption that if you bought it early, the war horse, right? Early access if you buy it early. I think all of this hysteria and this greedy cash grab that the gaming industry has been doing, and then what do they give us in return? And 9 out of 10 times, okay, 6 out of 10 times, it's an unfinished game desperately needing a at-release patch, which might only be a Band-Aid on the situation, and leaving a bad taste in many gamers' mouth. And as a certain generation, and this is something interesting about the gaming industry, unlike movies or other things that people might make comparisons to. Gaming is still a new industry in the grand scheme of things. Movies, television, this is already generational to the point where the new ones are embracing it as the old ones have gone away. Well, we are the old generation of gaming, if you're my age. And so as we get a bad taste in our mouth, we might finally turn our back, because how long does the old man keep a PS5 in his living room? So, yeah. Callum, I think that's, what you're saying. And again, I don't want to take this too political. But everything we get is our own fault. And our tolerance, and I don't care what it is that you're upset about, our tolerance and acceptance and embracing of these things are what allow it to continue happening. That it is, and moaning about it doesn't do anything. You know what does do something? Next time, not pre-ordering the game. Next time, waiting until unbiased reviewers have the opportunity to let you know. That would be a reasonable way of thinking. I'm not talking the people they paid and everyone they had in on the pre. I'm talking about the people who play it as you would. Bears, you think a lot of the firings in the game industry as a whole is just trying to feed the shareholders? Yes, it's spreadsheet accounting, running of companies, and you know, the minute a company turns to their accountants on how to run things, the heart and soul, the vision and the passion behind the original idea of why that place opened their doors, and I don't care what you're talking about, is gone. You know, I mean, almost any and every company started, unless it was just created by an investment firm, was created by the heart, soul, and passion of an individual or a small group of individuals. And I tell you that when they got started, all they cared about was making a great game or a great car or a great whatever, whatchamacallit. But at some point, as soon as the word shareholder got brought up, it changed and the accountants take over. And if you're running it on nickels and dimes as the most important thing, then you're not concerned about graphics, physics, rain, tire model. Yeah, so Bears overall, yes, that might be true. And it's hard to say, you know, so an industry can do great, but that doesn't mean that every studio is doing great or every genre within that is doing great. But I do believe we kind of have a crisscross of those things, because I agree with you. I think that so many companies are laying people off as they record profits. Now, in the case of 505 Games, Digital Brothers, that might not be the case. In the case of Studio 397, we know that's not the case. How do you know, Dan? Dan says WRC was offering money to test their pre-release for day one review. Ask me how I know. You know what's funny? If that is the case, then I'm going to give a big one of these to WRC. Because if they had offered me a pre-release copy, I would have turned them down on receiving any payment, but I would have released, I would have reviewed and done the game. So how the team at EA and WRC does not know about Sean Cole or the Sim Pit, there's my big, there you go. Was that me not being nice? Do I have to put myself in check? You got 10% off for owning, so as a legacy, you got a 10% deal. Okay. I understand pre-ordering, and that's something else, to be fair. If you have total confidence and faith in a company, then, you know, it's probably okay. It's probably okay. Okay, so Big C. I've thought about that too. Big C says, hey, back in Nintendo 64 or, you know, Atari days, we didn't have this problem. And now, we didn't have this problem because once it was put on a hard cartridge, there was almost nothing that could be done about it, especially since we didn't have our things plugged into the phone lines. But were the games always perfect? I would say they were 90% perfect. I mean, bad games are bad games, and those companies would die. I'm not really a fan of the gaming industry in the current trends. I mean, I would happily go back to a time when again, it's so about money. It's so about money. I mean, I really appreciate, and you know, this is where you got to take your hat off to Gran Turismo just a little bit. You know, of all the game companies out there, they're probably the best when it comes to not really letting just a cash grab be the generating force of releasing a new title. You know, they go many, many, many years, and although you could argue that there are lesser gains between generations now than there used to be, they certainly wait until a certain time to make their next release. Yeah, exactly, Callum. Exactly. They were what they were. That was it. The day one patch killed games being complete by launch day. Yeah. Well, and we don't always even get a day one patch, unfortunately. Yes, Joe, that's relevant. Pre-order all you want, you just can't complain. You chose to go down that path. Yeah, Dan, I don't know. And that's why, and forgive me for being so offensive to flip off the camera, but I don't get it. I just don't get it. So it does. I do find it offensive, and it does upset me, and I can't act like it doesn't. And some would say that I'm bitter, and it's like, well, I'm not bitter. I'm just kind of disappointed and upset. I mean, yeah, a little bitter, but I mean, not bitter to hold a grudge, not bitter to not bother sending. Bitter like, wow, I feel rejected by something I've worked so hard for. Yeah, absolutely. So R Factor 2. Yeah, well, you can't buy my opinion. End of story. I don't even care if you sponsor the show, which I'm really trying to even eliminate that from the economics, to be honest with you. It does. You can't buy my opinion. Yeah, we are, Billy. I think I think it's that we speak the truth. I mean, I am such a positive guy, and everything I review, I just try to really be positive, even if I have negative things about it. And so I don't understand how I get blacklisted, but I guess when you just are going to be truthful, some people can't handle it. Yeah. Yeah, Dan. I could be more aggressive for sure. I find it really hard to get in touch with the right people nowadays, though. Companies don't have the contact information available, and yeah, it's a little harder than it used to be. And a lot of the contacts I knew have moved on to other companies or no longer even in the industry. Billy, I always see that company. There's a racing company in racing called Strange. And I know it's not you, but I always see it and think of you. So I saw some guy's picture, and funny enough, it was an outlaw sprint car that had the Strange billboard in the background, and it made me think you. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. Strange. It's Strange. R Factor 2, 2 days ago. Check out the all-new improvements in the release candidate. It's a long list, so here we are. I'm just going to kind of scroll. General user interface, event page updates, scheduling system enhancements, event results overhaul, online menu refinements, hosted servers update, non-online improvements, online changelog, general fixes, event page schedule, event updates, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so a pretty significant update to R Factor 2, which is good to see. Going back to, am I wrong? But is R Factor 2 like just starting to get good? I mean, is R Factor 2 not just starting to gain some appeal as that company struggles with survival? I mean, the irony of that to me is not lost. Strange rear ends, that's what it is. Okay. Do they do outlaw rear ends specifically, or general across the board? Dan's pretty good. Dan, well then maybe you need to. Dan, why don't you come work with us? Dan, why don't you join the team, buddy? All right. Release candidate. And Dan, that was not a joke, by the way. I don't know if that has any appeal whatsoever to you, but I mean, man. Race room. Okay, we've talked about it. We've seen a bunch of the little videos that were at I think Sim Expos where we saw the first one. Race room. This is also it's about time that we see Race room kind of get with the modern age a little bit, right? So race room development notes from KW Dev Studios are here. A major update to the tire model will be rolled out in December. That's so dangerous, man. Playing tire model. What a Pandora's box when you just even bring that up as like your next update, right? Anyway, whoop, I thought I had the release notes queued. All right, race room best ever. All right, so tire model V5 major update coming in December. So the result is much more realistic tire and much better overall driving experience. I think that I heard that it has like really, really amazing curbing effects. But
so maybe you can tell what car you're going to be driving and why.
I'm currently driving the Porsche 992 or the Porsche 911 G3 Cup, the 992 version, the new one, at the Red Bull Ring, simply because I got the opportunity to drive the car in real life at a test day, and after that I tried to help Race Room develop the car so it actually feels realistic.
Yeah, so you kind of gave us some feedback on the old tire model as well, and I think one of the main complaints was the understeer on the power, right?
Exactly. Like
David.
The old tire model really had some...
All right, so that's great news for Race Room, everybody. Rensport, they're making the announcement that Road Atlanta is now coming to Rensport. Also, I understand they are doing one of their biggest beta key releases yet. So if you're on that list for Rensport, you might be getting notice that you're going to be able to start playing it. So I know that is going on with Rensport as well. No, I don't think. I think it's in December, Dan. The new tire model for Race Room is in December. So next month. All right, so that's Rensport. Okay. I'm not here to talk about EA. Has anybody tried to watch Formula One from Las Vegas? So last night I was actually working after dinner, and I got a text message from my buddy Troy, who I mention on the show often. He works at Delara, one of my good friends, went to Russell Racing with him. He's racing buddy, mechanic buddy, and lifelong friend at this point. He was so psyched, and he stayed up late. He lives in Indiana, and he stayed up late to watch Formula One. And so I was on the phone with him, and we get off the phone because he's going to go watch, and I'm going to get back to work. And like 20 minutes later, I get a phone call from him, and I'm like, he's like, it's over. And I'm like, what? He's like, free practice is over. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, manhole came off, whole thing is stopped, and it was the biggest S show I've ever seen. And he was so disappointed. Anyway, it was hysterical because, yeah, Las Vegas, the race is going to be at like midnight. It's like 11 o'clock at night, a Saturday night in Vegas, which on one hand, I will say that is awesome. And on the other hand, what a moronically stupid idea. Yeah, anyway, Formula One at Vegas. I have not watched much Formula One this year. I feel like this has maybe been the least exciting Formula One year ever. Tell me I'm wrong. But they need some patching. Wow, you win the day. You win the day with that one. That was so double meaning and perfectly placed. I love it. Yes, this has happened before, and manhole covers. They're normally welded down, from what I understand. Yeah, but did you see what it did to that Ferrari? I mean, I understand it tore up the engine. Does that cost them an engine for the season, or do they get a freebie? And who pays for it? Anyway, even though I don't think it's going to be a very exciting race because of the particular layout. I don't know if you guys have run the layout in EA. But I am probably going to watch it because I'm a little excited to see what Vegas looks like at night, all lit up with Formula One like it's going to be. So I probably will turn in just to do it. Yeah, so do you guys know who pays for that? I mean, is that just luck of the draw? Do they get charged an engine? Because I know you and they get a grid penalty. That's so bogus. Bears Junkie? That's a great question. I would assume that Fnatic needs to have something new coming out, even if it's got moderate changes, in order to just kind of get with the times. You know, with Sim Magic and Moza releasing so much of their lineup since the podium came out, I think they kind of need to do something to get enthusiasm and word back on the street. It's kind of inexcusable to me. If a manhole comes off, not only should I not get a grid penalty, but honestly, F1 or Vegas should be buying me a new car and engine. That's my opinion. I didn't go off the track and into the wall. I was driving where I'm supposed to, and your track failed so heinously that it blew up my car. So, yeah. But Formula One, don't argue. Don't argue. I probably just got my show demonetized and struck down for shunning Formula One. Well, I think they're gonna have to drop that price if they do have stock. Who knows? I agree, Joa. That's the problem with releasing a new product. If you have a lot of inventory, probably not a good thing. If you change parts, you get a 10 grid penalty. But and even if it's of no fault, and obviously contact with another car, contact with the wall, aggressively jumping, curbing, all of that, I understand. Part failure because you have defective parts or whatever. Yeah. A bunch of people are talking Black Friday deals. I said on the last show, there are too many Black Friday deals for me to cover them all. I said it last week, and I'm going to say it right now. Almost everybody, if they don't have it turned on by now, they probably will be turning it on by Monday. So if you are looking to buy gear and your favorite gear is not on a Black Friday, I would even send them an email if it's a smaller company and say, hey, I want to buy this. Just are you doing a Black Friday deal? Because I don't think they're going to lie to you just to make $10 or whatever. If you want a rig, you want wheels, you want pedals, the chances are. And I'll tell you what, if some company is a smaller company, an independent more, and they don't have a Black Friday deal, and you sent them an email and be like, are you having a Black Friday deal? And they say no, and you're like, oh, because I was really going to buy yours, but your competitor pedals are offering a deal. Can you give me a discount? I'll bet you they'll throw you a bone. I don't think they're going to want to lose sales. So I think you could even create your own Black Friday deals with some of the smaller companies out there. That's why TM held out so long on the T818. It's because they had 3 million T150s to get rid of. Oh, you guys got me again. And Amir, thank you, Amir, for that. In our Discord channel, we do have a section for discounts and Black Friday deals. So if you are looking for them, because again, it's not too hard to, but we do have links there. I mean, just about every company is doing. I know iRacing is. I know Fnatic is. I think I heard that Sim Magic was, but it was on some bundles and things like that. Oh, nice. Saving 150. That's awesome savings. Yeah. Anybody looking for a California 20? I will let them go for a mere 50. Gran Turismo. I don't know why. I don't know why I cover and lean towards Gran Turismo World Finals more than other championship series that run on other sims. I guess, forgive me, and this even goes back to the movie. I guess I do have a special place in my heart for the GT Academy and for what Gran Turismo has done for sim racing. So even though I don't play Gran Turismo regularly, it does hold a very, very, very special place in my heart. I guess that's why when they're World Finals, I just feel like, this is one of the true World Championships. It's so long running. It's led to so many great opportunities, and I'm probably a little tiny bit biased, even though you can't even call me a Gran Turismo fanboy. So anyway, the TR180 is a great TR80 is a great rig. Great rig. It's super duper stout. Super stout. All right. So anyway, they had a recap of what's going on building up to the World Finals. I'll leave it at that. You guys probably don't care. So, Forza Motorsport. All right, who's my Forza people? I want to show a hand. How many Forza people are loving Forza and still playing? How many Forza Motorsport people have thrown in the towel? Just want to know. What I didn't cover here, so I'm going to come back to the update. They had a big update that came out yesterday. They are rolling out lots of different challenges. So the kind of stuff when I talk about like the enthusiasm, what keeps you going in a sim, I think they're doing a pretty good job of updating their weekly and their rival events and things like that. You've got Yaz Marina now, right? So, we've seen some enhancements, updates, things that would bring you back or get you back in again. But, we have a lot of game fixes. So, obviously, Yaz Marina is there with the Prestige Tour. It was as of yesterday, by the way. Full Circuit, North Corkscrew, North Circuit, South Circuit. New Prestige Tour career mode with the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento, new Spotlight cars, new Car Pass cars. So if you're a Car Pass holder, the Lotus number 1 Type 40, McLaren 720S, Mercedes AMG, and the Peugeot Super Competition 308. And then a bunch of game stability and other fixes with it. So this was of yesterday. So when I ask for the, show of hands, and this is a good update. Might be worth jumping back in, trying out Yaz Marina. Might be worth checking out some of the other fixes that they've done. All right. Needs more updates. Still needs. Yep. Got old quick for David. Understood. All right, BeamNG. We've not heard much from BeamNG recently.
Oh, let's see what's cooking in the microwave. Well, it's still going. Oh, I might have executed a bit too early. Oh, there we go. And what do we have here? A fresh new teaser, fresh from the microwave. Oh, it's actually kind of warm. That's shocking. We did too many takes with the microwave. And okay, well, and like we made this, so now I have to eat it.
Till your first wash, Joa.
Oh.
All right, so what do we have? BeamNG. It looks like semi-trucks. It looks like semi-trucks might be one of the next configurations, which, when you think about what you can do with BeamNG, you actually got to be really excited about this, because I can't think of anything I'd rather drive off a cliff than a big old 18-wheeler. Now, these aren't 18... Are they 18-wheelers? I don't know how to count wheels. No, I don't see... Are there wheels behind This is just the cab. This is like super extended sleeper cabs, I'm guessing. Because this is just a front chassis, from my understanding. But yeah, this could be really good. This could be really good. Ooh, YouTube just told me to place an ad right there. I just hit the add an ad button. I didn't add an ad. So yeah. Catch up with you guys a little bit. Forza Coats and Paint, right? Callum, BeamNG might be the best sim ever. Oh, Jeff Para. BeamNG is one of the greatest single-player games, driving games ever made. It is so much fun, and you know, it is the opposite of buying a racing sim, although you can race on it. Oh yeah, it could be like box trucks. Is that what we call them? Box trucks here, cube truck there. Potato. You will love Jeff Para. Get in. BeamNG is a blast. Even if you, I'll tell you what. Even if you pay full price for BeamNG, and you played it just for the fun factor for a few days, you would get your money's worth. I mean, I definitely got my money's worth out of BeamNG, and if I had a lot of free time, I need to fire it up. I have a friend of mine who comes over. He's kind of interning here at the show on Mondays. And I think I need to have him fire up BeamNG just to watch the shits and giggles, right? Because that's what the game's all about, is shits and giggles. It is just fun. I would give BeamNG maybe the highest fun factor of any sim out there. All right, Cooler Master, is this their second rig? I think they used to have a different rig. Anyway, the Dyne X Dynamic Racing Experience by Cooler Master. All-around professional racing simulator. One single adjustment offers 14 diverse driving positions to adapt your personal simulation needs. Kind of interesting. This is a kind of a concept that I think has been long overdue. Why not have a rig that I can kind of flip a lever and switch it from a little more reclined? Now, I think it just tilts the whole rig, by the way. I literally think, yeah, Caitlin, it does. Do we have a price? I forgot to even look for a price. I think it just pivots. It's kind of actually, it's interesting, but the one position is literally, so I see 14 holes and a pivot point. All right. I'm not sure about this. It's not going to help me get one sent here for review, but that's interesting. Do we have a price? I didn't see a price in my scrolling. Did you guys? Anyone know the cost on this sucker? Overview. Yeah, they're going to charge a ton for that. Isn't it insane, Billy? I mean, I for years wanted to make one myself and do that. I just didn't have the money to get the company off the ground, but I thought I could put a pretty good design forward. And now with it's probably better I didn't. Store. Okay, so can we buy the Dyne X? 1,200? That's not ridiculous. 1,200 is not bad at all, actually. I thought I hit store. Buy online. If it's $10, it's too much. We are currently undergoing maintenance. Whoa, what the hell? Is that a shoe? What is that? I'm at Cooler Master, aren't I? Someone please explain. What the F is going on? What is this? What is this? Is this a computer case that looks like a shoe? Oh my god, that is so... someone please know what I'm looking at, because I don't. Oh! They have a D-Box office chair for $3,200. They said they immediately shot it down. The Shark X. Their site is really not good. Here's the chair. Look at that. What a trip. What is it? Have you not seen their case? The rig will be the same crap. Oh, are they that bad? Are they air cooled? Alright, I do want to know what these are. Can someone please figure it out for me? I'm so lazy. Sean, why are you so lazy? Where did... I want to go back to that shoe. What is that? Ah, Scuba Dunk. Scuba Drunk. Oh, you got the bends, huh? Rules state that the technical delegates for the FIA may allow a team to repair the car if the damage has been caused outside the team's control. Section 40.2. Now, how come they... but they didn't make that ruling? $2,500 for that chair, by the way. $2,500. But what is this? I'm not stopping the show until we figure out what this is. Forgive me, but... I wear the worst shoes, Joa. If you only knew how trashy the shoes I wore were. Sneaker X. Sneaker X. Okay. Okay, thank you. Sneaker X. Sync X? Sneaker X. Sneaker X. What? When one thinks about a high-end desktop PC, what comes to mind are glass panels, right-angle aluminum frame cases, and tons of RGBs. To redesign this stereotype, Cooler's Master team presents a luxurious lifestyle take, with the first lineup introducing the Sneaker X. No way! Wow! Has anyone ever seen a review? Do these... is it a decent case? Is it junk? I want one. Man, I want one of those. $3,000? What? What? You guys... Oh my god. Alright, we're done with that. Alright, that just got stupid quick, didn't it? Wow. Wow. They got some kind of nerve. Wow. There's your Black Friday deal, you guys. We got one. $3,500. Wait, I lost it. Where'd it go? I lost it. Okay. $3,500. Oh, so it means it and then it cooks your $2,000 video card booth? Is that what you're saying? Ah, bears, bears. Thank you. One for each foot. Jay! James, what up, buddy? What up, buddy? Give you a little Benny Hill hello to James. All right, so Fnatic is on with their Black Friday, and that the only reason I had that wasn't to single out Fnatic. Good luck, Fnatic, on that. It was just, again, almost everything out there is on Black Friday deal. It was 3,500. It was 3,500, Dan. Wait, where'd it go? How did we lose it? Oh, I like closed the page, didn't I? I should start doing that when I'm like at the symphony, right? Because that's where I go. When the symphony ends, and I'll give him a standing one of these. James, have you seen that Cooler Master shoe case? I can't even find it again. I've been banned by Cooler Master, it seems. Tap for Cooler Master. What the hell? Oh, I can't even find it now. Was it at the store? Oh, wait. Products. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Here, I gotta get it. Dun, dun, dun! No, I love it. I love it. I would so rock that. I would be so thrilled if that was my computer case. And then I was like, oh, maybe I can get them to send me one. And then I looked it up. It was $3,700. This is the 4080 version? Oh, that's different. Isn't that the Sneaker X? Anyway, I can't find the price again. All right, I'm over it. Okay, Black Friday, we did that. Sim Magic talking about. I was just talking about this recently. It's like, man, I don't need the active pedal. Like so I just put the HPRs, the haptic pedal reactors, on my P1000 Sim Magic pedals, and I'm really excited. I'm going to be testing those out over the weekend. The throttle pedal has one too, and at that cost, I'm totally thrilled to test it out and see what's up with it. But I don't need it, right? In the case of the active pedal, I don't need to pay $1,500 for anything on my throttle pedal. So they've actually made their own base plate and throttle to work with the active pedal, which is a great idea. That's kind of what they needed right out of the bat. There's a PC case that looks like a car engine. Nah. You have a link or you have a name? I'll go find it. So Moza has upgraded the GS steering wheel. Some upgrades to it. I believe it's larger, 300 millimeter, and some other upgrades. It's going to be part of their Black Friday sale. Next level, I already told you about the GT Racer. Real proud of our review of them. The Borrowich Speed. Okay, hold on. Why won't it? There. Oh, I've seen one of these. Yeah, I remember seeing when these came out. The wheel looking case. Those are pretty cool. Oh, Joa sent me a link. We're gonna come back to that one. It's the Overdrive Extreme. The Board Cube? The Borg? You mean Borg? Yeah, Borg, okay. Why haven't they sent me one of these? Aza Octane. I think this should be on my forever rig, don't you? The only question is, do I mount it as a mid-engine or a front engine? And then we've got this. A Gundam case. That would be cool. Yeah, look at this. The Barwich Speed Series. I remember when these showed up at, was it SEMA or at, it might have been at, oh, what's the racing show? Why can't my brain work right now? That I've also worked. Yeah, that would be cool. Ooh, man, those are both really cool cases. I don't know, kind of hard to beat the tennis shoe, though, isn't it? I mean, come on. All right. Looks like we're going to talk about some sim pit racing. We're going to look at some rigs, and we're going to bring today's show to a close. Oh. Thank you, Devin. The BioStars Racing Z690 GTA V8 Overdrive Twin Turbo PC mod is a jaw dropper. Look at this! That is crazy. Wow. That's pretty elaborate. I wanted to build a PC into a jerry can. Do you guys know what a jerry can is? It's they're typically painted red metal gas cans that you'll see on off-road trucks. Sometimes military. Anyway, I wanted to build a piece because it was the right shape right out of the gate. It was like, oh wow, I could totally turn that into one. How long till it needs an oil change? Yeah. It is old school, and it's super cheap. All right, in the SimPit Rally, so we're going to have two rally series running or affiliated with the SimPit right now. One is in the oh my god, my brain is, I'm losing my brain. What do you call the super duper fast open class of rally? How embarrassing. Anyway, we have both that and more of a standard. So, God, it's like the same as the, I can't even remember the road racing. It's like the Sauber was in the same class. Devin, little help. All right. So anyway, at round 2, El Chocolat, it was Joe Valla winning the race, Alesh Mom in second, Smurfenstein in third, and that's at Group B. Thank you. One is Group B, the other is mixed. Thank you. Group B. And it was Group C for the Sauber, not Group B. I knew it was the same type of thing. My brain was totally failing me. There is still a day and a half left in Stage 2 in the SimPit Group B rally. So these are the tentative results. All right. If you want to join the rally, though, it's well, I'll give you that in a minute. But right now, if things hold up, David Clymer has the lead in the standings with 25 points. Joe Valla in second, and Devin Booth is in third. And they use RaceNet. That's what EA uses for their specific rally, for rally leagues and things. So what I'm going to do is give you guys a link right now in the description. And if you want to join that league, the other way would be to get into our Discord channel, which there's always a link in the description of the show. I gave you guys a link to that earlier, but I'm going to give you a link to it again right now. That is our Discord channel, and that is where you can jump in and find all the information if you don't get it here for joining our Rally League. Let's see here. Oh! Joa, awesome. Check this out, you guys. I said it, but I'm a day late and $1 short. Oh, come on, mouse, cooperate. Here we go. Oh, look, he's a car guy. BMW sticker on his... that perfect? Alright, we're going to go ahead and jump ahead.
Do you know the US solar
too
company's
far.
nasty little secret? It turns out if you live in California, they have to give you solar.
That's pretty much what I had in mind. That's badass. I was going to do the same thing with the hinge door to open it, too. Wow.
traga. Nisam ga nikad mogao drugačije čvrstiti nego da ga zalijepim. U tome je bila caka. Neke još dijelove kao što su držači SSD-a sam morao lijepiti. Vi ako mislite da možete napraviti bolje, slobodno, dakle ja
What language is that?
sam ovdje samo koji daje ideje, tako da ne morate mi pisati u komentarima koristio si brzo ljepilo i tako neke stvari, zato jer to brzo ljepilo kad bolje služi nego šaraf, tako da sam...
What language is that? Is that Bulgarian? Anyone? Any language people out there know what that was? All right, in the SimPit Oval Series this Monday, they're at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And it was Calix Weitzel winning their event. Only human to beat the AI. Johnny Alford finishing in second. Mike Vowles coming in third. Polish. Yeah, that could have been Polish. Because it sounded kind of Russian-esque, but not Russian. And with that, after 3 events, Andrew White is leading the series by 1.85. Croatian, okay. Calix Weitzel in second with 84, and David Clymer in third with 74 points. And this coming Monday, they're going to be at Bristol for round number 4, and that'll be at 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific. And if you want to get into the SimPit Oval Series, get into our Discord channel. We have a thread or a section for the SimPit Oval Series, and you'll find all the information that you need there. Oh my god, I forgot the road stuff. Hold on. Bear with me. Let me get my results for the road league. Shoot. Sorry, I thought I did all my prep work. I missed one. Ooh, I don't see... Ooh, I see Simtra. Oh, that's Joe's. I just saw Joe's post in our road league. And, oh, we don't have our update for this week. Wow, I missed it to find out that we don't have an update yet. All right, you guys. Let's see here. Will this do it? Nope. Bear with me. I can give you the results. The standings, I believe, are accurate. After round 7, I do believe. Oh, there was not a race! We didn't have a race. We were off this week. That's why I can't find anything. Sorry, everybody. Sorry. I'm losing my mind. All right. Let's look at some sim rigs and then get out of here. Nothing to talk about today. Nothing. Oh, that's nice. Look at this rig. M. Bayless posted this one on Reddit. Temporarily satisfied. Oh, I like the way he has a wheel mounted over there. VR on one side, a wheel on the other. I need a Werther's. I need a Werther's. It's a Werther's moment. Oh, nice setup. Really nice setup. I like that. That's clean. Yeah. That's not sim. There we go. Oh, a canopy. A roof is a good use of $20. I agree, especially if you have a window over one of them. Bezel kit. Yeah, I approve. Prairie friend? Huh? What? What would cause this to happen? Is that what iRacing's rain is gonna look like? Oh. Oh. I don't know. Ooh, fold up rig. Ooh, look, that's a modded. That's a fully modded Logitech, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Look at that modded out Logitech wheel. Nice. Is that a sword? No. What is that in the corner? That's what happens when you take both the red and blue pill. Oh, the license plate. Gotcha, gotcha. Look at this tucked in the side. Wow, that is up on the wall. This is all the space you get. Oh. Yeah, I saw that too. The eBay handbrake on that one rig. I saw that. DIY T500 dashboard mount. Looks like out of a little like thin hardwood. That seems a little obstructive. I don't like any... I find myself with this wheel rim. I find myself doing the blue-haired old lady thing. And I'm like... There you go. Just finished his first aluminum profile rig. Nice. Alright. I think that's it. Anything else on your guys' mind before I bring this show to a close for the day? I think we've covered all the news. I think we've covered everything going on at the Sim Pit. I think I've let you guys know where I'm going to be this weekend. I got to, again, tear down the rig and get things set up so that I can record. I keep putting pedals on and I can't film them well enough on this rig. And so I need to get that rig in order. Anyway, so yeah, I got a lot going on. Gonna be very busy for me from now until Monday, and hopefully it all goes well. I'm excited and I'm nervous and I'm exhausted already because I have so much to do on it. So without any further ado, unless you guys have anything else to say, thank you so much, Scuba Drunk. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Me too. I'm glad to be here. I'm proud and privileged to be here. All right, you guys. So that is going to do it for today's show. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of the Sim Pit community. Be good to one another. Everyone love everybody. And get out there and do some sim racing. This is the Sim Pit. I'm Sean Cole. And I'll see you on the track.